Hello everyone, it's Bret again with the Jack and the Beanstalk story. Are you ready? Great, let's start part 2 and find out what happens to Jack as he climbs way up into the sky. Where is Jack going? I wonder. Let's find out. So if you remember, Jack said, I'm going to climb this beanstalk. And he climbed and climbed and climbed until at last he reached the sky. There he found a strange country without a tree, shrub, house, or living creature anywhere in sight. He sat down on a stone to rest and said, If this is all there is up here, I may as well go back home. But while he was resting, he saw a beautiful lady coming toward him along a path that led over a hill. As soon as she arrived where Jack was, she spoke to him, and he rose, and he took off his hat. I am a fairy, she said, and I want to tell you something about your father. Do you remember him? No, Jack answered. And when I ask my mother about him, she always begins to cry and will say nothing. I thought as much, the fairy said, and you will understand why your mother never speaks of him when you hear my story. He was a brave and generous knight, and the fairies were his friends and made him many wonderful presents. But after a time, a wicked giant came to your father's castle and killed him and carried off all the wonderful things the fairies had given him. At the same time, the giant carried off your mother and you, who were then a little baby. He shut you up both in one of his dungeons, but at last he offered to release you and your mother on the condition that she should never speak about her wrongs to anyone. She agreed, and he carried her to a place a great distance from where she had lived and been known before. There, he left her with just enough money to rent a little cottage and buy a cow. That giant lives in the country where you are now, and if you follow this path, you will find his big castle over yonder hill. All that he has is rightfully yours, and perhaps you can contrive some way to regain possession of what he stole from your father. Wow, this is an interesting development. I wonder what Jack will do next. All right, well, that is the end of the second video. So I'm glad you finished the second book, and I'm looking forward to reading the third section with you. All right, bye.